The next strategy we're going to look at is the number line. When we use the number line for addition, students are better able to see how the numbers progress down the number line. This is another one of those very visual strategies. For the most part, students either really like the number line or they really don't. For some students, it just takes too long. Other students really like to be able to see how, when they're adding ones, tens, or hundreds, how those numbers are moving across that number line. Now, for the equation 388 plus 133, we are going to show that on our open number line. An open number line is a number line that is just plain. It does not have any numbers on it. The students are able to add the numbers as they go. They can start where they need to start and progress as they need to progress down the number line. Usually the best thing for a number line is to start with the largest number. So I'm going to go ahead and put 388 at the very beginning of my number line. And I usually turn that number line and write the numbers going across this way just because it takes up less space. Now, in this case, we're going to start by adding the ones first. As we move across the number line, every time we add a 1, we're going to label it with a 1 and then add in the new number. So, for 133, I have 3 ones. So I'm going to go ahead and put 1, and that's going to give me 389. Then the second one, 2. 393. 391. Then I'm going to add my 3 tens. So I have 10. That's 401. 20. 411. 30. 421. Then I'm going to add my 100 because it's 133. So 100. That's going to take us to 521. So the sum of 388 plus 133 would be 521. The final strategy I want to show you for addition with regrouping is the standard algorithm. Now, as parents, this is going to be the strategy that you are probably the most comfortable with and the one that you like the most. This is the strategy that we used when we were in school to learn to add and subtract with regrouping. However, I want to caution you about jumping to the standard algorithm too quickly with your student. We want to make sure that each child knows how to do addition and subtraction and what that means with the numbers. We want them to be able to see how the numbers are moving and why they are regrouping and moving the way they are. The standard algorithm will teach them the steps to get the right answer, but we want to make sure they understand why they are following those particular steps. So, before you jump straight in to the standard algorithm, please make sure that your child has developed a really good solid foundation and a really good solid understanding of addition before you move on to this step. So in standard algorithm, we're going to start with the ones place. I have 1 1 plus 7 ones. That gives me 8 ones. Then I'm going to move to my tens place. I have 8 tens plus 4 tens, which is the same thing as saying 80 plus 40, and that is going to give me 12 tens or 120. So I'm going to put a 2 in the tens place, and I'm going to regroup my 100. Now I have 6 100s plus 3 100s, that is 900, plus another 100, that's going to give me 1,000. So I have 0 hundredths, and I'm going to regroup my 1,000. 5,000 plus 2,000 is 7,000, plus another 1,000 is 8,000. So my final answer is 8,028. Once again, before you move straight into the standard algorithm with your child, please make sure that they understand the steps that are leading up to this. If your child is a third grader and just really beginning to learn how to add and subtract with regrouping, this is not going to be the strategy you want to jump straight into. Third graders do not have to know how to add and subtract with the standard algorithm. That will not be required of them until 4th grade. So, if your child is using the standard algorithm, please make sure you're checking for understanding and know that they know why the numbers are moving the way they are, and that they can use that information in larger numbers or more complex equations.